Check.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yes, sir. Oh, man. I was like, I hope this shit work. Yes, Tanya, there were technical difficulties. We apologize about that.
Yeah,
Jesus. Yeah, I was hearing him. He wasn't hearing me, and vice versa, then vice versa again, and one more time with the vice versa. We was giving each other reverse Uno cards for like 6 minutes straight. So you take that 4 now. You take this 8 now. You kick this 12. You know what I mean? But hey, man, it's Wednesday, bro. Mrs. Lee. Oh, hi guys. Sorry about that. You know what I mean? Hey, we had a lot of smooth 8 o'clocks in a row. You know what I'm saying? It's the holidays. You know what I'm saying? I give us some slack. Apologize about that. But we appreciate y'all for coming through anyway. Get this off.
Definitely. Yeah, man. Hey, it's another Wednesday. Glad to be here, man. A lot of good vibes, a lot of good feedback from last Wednesday. Hope everybody enjoyed the Turkey Day, man. Hope you had a great time with the fam. We'll get into that. But it's good to be here again, brother. How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Feeling great. I got a quick confession, man. Niggas been asking for winter, like, oh, it's nice outside. It's nice outside. Turns out I'm niggas, man. Winter's here now, and I am unhappy about it. I saw the Weather Channel this morning. It was like, oh, it's gonna be 20 degrees this weekend. I said, this weekend? The kids had mad. Let's go see the Rockefeller tree this weekend plans. I'm like, sure, it's like 70 degrees, no problem. Now I'm backtracking all that shit. But outside of the cold weather, been pretty good, man. Started my day with a new parking boot. You know, Biggie kept it moving, act like it wasn't even there. You know the vibes. You know what I'm saying? You be see, like every time you see a new boot in the car, you be like, yeah, that camera did flash on me a couple months back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, man. But once that came off, man, they were smooth after that. It was pretty smooth. Let me say your day was smooth, but Iron Horse Chronicles, everything was smooth on the transit?
Well, actually, we worked from home today, man. So no Iron Horse. No Iron Horse Chronicles today. Just really a lot of emails, a lot of stuff to catch up to, a lot of things due before I officially hit the CL in 2025 button on everybody. So yeah, man, before I came on here, I was taking care of stuff. Right after I get over here, I got to take care of stuff, man. So
that's the gift and the curse with remote work. Like there's no off button. You know what I'm saying? Your Outlook is just open all day long, and you feel obligated to respond to each one just to prove that you're working. It's not that you're not working, but it's like, damn, how quick should I reply to these emails now that I'm home? But there's no cutoff. There's no break on the remote work, man.
Yeah, especially the fact, like, I think, and you're probably familiar with this too, man, and anybody who's checking in, when you're the person, like the go-to person for most of the stuff at work, even when it's not your shit, it becomes your stuff. You know what I mean? And naturally, if you're just the person that people go to, if you're that kind-hearted person, or the job will not get done the right way unless you get involved, that's how your plate literally fills up. But it's what I asked for, man, so I am not mad at it at all.
Yeah, I hate the surface questions that turn into deep dives. It's like, damn. It's like, now because now all of a sudden you're a problem solver now. You know what I'm saying? So now you got a new problem to solve. Nobody cares that you're in the middle of your own problem that you want solving. You know what I'm saying? But belly of the beast, man. Belly of the beast.
Absolutely. Just sharing this with a couple people. We got shout out to Jeff, shout out to Tanya, only Mrs. Lee. Appreciate y'all, man. Sorry for the late start. But other than that, man, what's the latest that you've gotten delivery?
I don't think I've ever got anything past 7:30 maybe, like UPS, the brown truck. You know what I'm saying? And that was usually through the holiday season type shit. But never really too far past 6. Okay. How about you? You're not getting no midnight. No midnight. We got that box outside, do we?
So fair enough, like 9, maybe 10 o'clock, maybe the latest. And like you said, like around the holidays, they're just trying to get everything out to everybody. The other day, man, my son usually gets up and gets ready to school around like 6 in the morning. And, at the same time, I hear like the bell ring real quick. So I'm thinking, maybe wife was outside, he got on the bus, probably got locked out, whatever the case may be. But now, I get up and they like in the living room chilling. They're not even downstairs yet. So I'm like, is somebody ringing the bell at 6 a.m? So it's cold outside, right? You ain't no more running down with the wife beater and some shorts. Like you gotta bundle up. You gotta bundle up in whatever you got on. So I throw on the robe, man. Come down the stairs, and literally there's a package between the door, 6 a.m.
You know what's funny? Now that you say the 6 a.m., there have been the last few packages I got from Amazon. They had the option of picking a time. And I saw 6 a.m. as an option. I'm like, who the fuck? What's the package at 6 a.m.? That's stupid. Like, you know what I mean? So I go to the regular, 10 a.m. and up, traditional shit. You know what I mean? But did you select the 6 a.m. bracket on Amazon?
No, I mean, I got to ask wifey because, this is one of her orders. But I don't see her selecting that. But then again, I do see her not paying attention. So we got to go check. We got to go check.
Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the chat, Mrs. Lee. Did you hit 6 a.m. by accident and they really delivered at 6 a.m.? But I respect the 6 a.m. window. Like if you did need something earlier in the morning that day, as far as like waiting all day for your package, you know what I'm saying? But only Mrs. Lee said, I just got a package at midnight and no ringing the bell, no nothing, just a notification saying missed package. And then this was there at 6 a.m. package came in. Damn, midnight. Damn.
That's a setup.
Yeah. That sounds like a jix if I ever heard one. I don't even think I respond to the bell between 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. It's like, I gotta treat that like a spam call. Like, don't even respect that.
You had the window like Malcolm. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know what I mean? The nerve.
Yeah, man. So other than that, man, Thanksgiving vibes were great, bro. Did you have a good time?
I had a great time, man. I was at the brother-in-law's crib. It was his first time at the house, so it was his first official Thanksgiving. And everybody came through. Everybody bought their dishes. Everybody, nothing was nasty, which is amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's always a little scary when you go to a place you've never been before, but everything was smooth. No complaints on my side. I did have some terrible news when I left the situation. I'll get into that real fast. But hey, your sister was like, "Yo," she had her own plans in Brooklyn, so she was like, "Yo, man, if you're in the neighborhood, I gotta have tray of that baked mac ready to go." You know what I'm saying? We was running late to Jay's crib, the brother-in-law, so I'm like, yeah, I ain't gonna tell him about it. I'm gonna pick that up on the way home. You know what I'm saying? that'd be for us, you know what I mean? So I go in the crib, you know what I mean? It's gonna look like 10:30, kind of late, hit a little creak in the door. I go in the kitchen, just sitting there, it's just like it was waiting on me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, ooh, man. I picked that up. Wasn't too hot, you know what I mean? Had a little warmth to it, but wasn't burning my hand. Now, mommy got this double door action as far as the screen door and the regular door. You know what I mean? So I jammed open the screen door like, bam, got it. You know what I mean? Now I'm reaching in the pocket for the keys, but a little fumbling. You know what I'm saying? But I'm holding the tray with this hand, and as I'm pulling the main door closed, I felt some slippage. I'm like, what's that? Yo, baked mac on the floor. I'm like,
oh no!
But hey, it led the top side up. So I'm like, we out of here. You know what I'm saying? Jay came, I was like, you good? I said, we good. Go. I'm like, she's like, what are you running for? I'm like, I don't know. I feel like this is bad. You know what I mean? But hey, everybody had Big Mac the next day. No problems, no issues. You know what I'm saying? But the Thanksgiving heaven God just looking down on me. They said, let that brother land flat on that mac and cheese. Don't let it fall first. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, the mac and cheese was saved, man. But it would have been if that shit would have landed like top down, I'd have left it there as the evidence. So like, your mom, don't ever in your life let me come pick up Baked Mac late at night. Please don't do it. Please.
Oh man. So let's see what's going on in the IG chat. Cheryl's saying, yeah, Amazon left her a package at 4 a.m. yesterday. That's crazy.
God
damn. Tanya said her oven was broken, had to fix dressing in the air fryer.
What? What kind of dressing? Stuffing?
Yeah.
I've never seen an air fryer stuffing mac recipe. Let us know, Tanya. Let us know how that worked out. Did everybody pass that dish on purpose? Like, nah, we good on that. I'm gonna just get some more mashed potatoes, man. None of that air stuffing.
Yeah, she said it came out well in batches, man. All right, Tanya, because you're so supportive, we just gonna believe you. Like that. Yeah. Like, that's it. We gonna believe you.
I'm pretty sure it was good. Tanya made it. It had to be good.
Definitely.
See, I knew I wasn't confused. She said not stuff and dressing. Tanya, I'm from New York. I don't know what dressing you're talking about.
Yeah, man.
I don't know what y'all fixing on your plates out there, but out in New York,
we call that
stuff. Only dressing we know is getting fried, man. We don't know nothing about
That's it.
We know a salad dressing. I got some Italian on there, some French, maybe.
Yep.
But making dressing, you gotta let us know about that one.
Definitely. So yeah, man, Thanksgiving on my side, of course, was really cool too, man. Last Thanksgiving with my mother-in-law in New York before she heads over to Florida. So it was very important to have that last meal with her for Thanksgiving here in New York. It's been me and my wife have been together 14 years now. So I mean, just to be around her and her energy, her cooking, just all around vibe, man, was awesome. But the funniest part about it came from my father-in-law. And, they're moving out to Florida. So they're bragging about the community that they're going to. But then he says, but you got to understand, there's a whole community just for single people who are old. And I'm like, excuse me? You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm serious. It's like, these people moved there just so they can fuck. Like, they're older, elderly people in this community. Like, they get it in, bro.
What?
And I'm like, so are you close to it? Like what proximity are you to this, this gigolo community, you know what I'm saying? Like this swinger nation, right? And he's like, oh, no, you know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about they got areas in Florida where that stuff goes down. I was like, yeah, right, Mike. I think you got something saved somewhere, but we ain't gonna say nothing now that the ladies ain't near us. But I go down the rabbit hole now, man, and I start doing some research, and I think your wife probably mentioned this before about how often, like in the homes, like they be getting it in. Like a lot of these senior citizen homes, man, it's like they be putting in work, man.
It's like, I ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. Like, let's go somewhere together. Like, you know what I mean? It might be a few of those, but I respect it. Hey, man, it might be. I hate to see blue pill rappers all over the grounds if I hit the town. Like, where are we? Like, you know what I mean? Why? Who is doing this? Yeah. All right. You tell the in-laws to watch their back, man. Don't be going out late by yourself. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't getting picked up, thrown in the van style. You know what I mean? But hookup communities for elderly. All right. Interesting.
Yeah, I see SKL weighing in. She said, go to an assisted living. Yep. Companionship is a natural thing. As humans, it's something we need. Absolutely, man. It's just that's one of them situations, man. It's like, it happens, but it kind of catches you off guard when it's really going down, man. So,
every time.
Oh, man. Other than that, man, so, Thanksgiving, we were there. We had a great meal. Then the very next day, man, we spent the night. So wifey unfortunately had to work that Friday. And I was just in the other room handling other business. And my mother-in-law had to work too. So she's there. And all of a sudden, I hear what sounds like an adding machine, brother. And I'm in the room. I'm like, nah, why would anybody have an adding machine? Like, we got all types of technology. But then I hear it again. I hear like the crunch, 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 and then you hear the paper roll. So I go in the next room. I'm looking at her. I'm like, you still use an adding machine? She looked at me like, don't judge me. Don't judge me. She had a full adding machine, bro, with the paper.
She a bookkeeper or something?
Well, she does deal with numbers, you know what I'm saying, a lot with because they are in the middle of moving, so she's always crunching numbers and doing stuff. Okay. But it was just, I have not seen a literal adding machine like in a while, bro. It's been a while.
Like, don't get me wrong, the only one I've seen is the lady at my job who has it. She's that bookkeeper, and she only uses it because you get a little fake receipt of what you just did. You know what I'm saying, at the very top. So It's a good way to keep track of the numbers. Like, I'm like, your calculator has a whole memory function, right? You could just scroll back. She's like, listen. This is what I do. This is what I know, and don't fuck up my shit. I was like, hey, you're right. You got it. So if you're running the paper on that thing, we don't get paid. She said, nah, you ain't getting paid. I said, make sure she got paper. Like, you know what I mean? But she might be the only person I know that uses one though, for real. Well, now I know two.
Man.
Now I know two.
Yeah, at least she wasn't disrespectful about it. She was like, I don't tell you how to draw your shit up. Don't tell me how to count my shit up. Like,
she could have took it there. She could have took it there. I mean, Big Zero missing off the check this week. Like, damn. What happened? She's like, ran out of paper. Like, fuck, she got me. You know what I mean?
But it's interesting for this episode. I mean, for this live, we're talking about sustaining happiness. If you didn't see what we were going to talk about when we promoted it on IG, and one of the clearest examples I've seen of sustaining happiness so far is Nelly and Ashanti. If you don't know, there are rumors or it's confirmed. I got to check. Maybe we should check in with Cheryl, since she seems to have the in with Ashanti and Nelly these days, right?
True.
But the internet is saying that Ashanti is pregnant with baby number 2. Whether this is true or not, man, Nelly has been the poster child for making up for lost time quick. I think he realized, he realized that he messed up, and this man is making sure he do not do anything to mess this up. As far as we know, right?
Hey.
So what I call Nelly doing right now, I call it, this is the what you do when you get that old thing back script, brothers. You know what I'm saying? You get your girl back after fucking up and she gives you a second chance. Do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Do the right thing and then lock it up. Put some babies in there. Put some babies in there. Put a ring on it. Lock it up, brother.
Respect, man. And he playing catch up. I believe he has a kid or two before Ashanti, but it's her first 2 children. So, hey man, lock it up. It's Ashanti, bro. Worst case scenario, it's Ashanti. It's only up from here. Like, it's only up from here. You know what I'm saying? But hey, congrats, brother. Damn, got 2 of the Ashanti. Double jealous now, 2. And speaking of wrapping up on Thanksgiving, I did see a funny tweet late last week. There was a tweet that said, "Grandma's in the kitchen in her Shaq Celtics phase," and I was like, "Damn, I didn't even think about that. What happens when Granny, and she not really eyeing the ingredients as much as she used to, just." Damn, is your mac and cheese salty? Like, yeah, mine too. Who decides in the family when it's time to retire the most experienced chef in the family? Like, who gonna put their hand on their shoulder? Like, it's okay, baby, you ain't gotta do this no more. Just give us those recipes and we got you. You know what I mean? Like, do you ever tell Granny she's falling off when it's a kitchen item?
Nah. No,
let it ride. Just don't
you literally just suffer through them salty,
watery. No. He's like, we need more water in the kitchen. Yeah, we gotta wash this salt down.
you suffer through them undercooked. You let it ride. That's Granny. Like, because what I've seen, at least in my lucky history, the cooks either just kind of phase themselves out, or they stop posting, and therefore they ain't really in the kitchen. They just bring that one dish, and then the new host has to take on responsibility. So luckily, so far there's been a succession plan in our family, so we really haven't had to experience that. But if you are a part of that family that's looking at Granny these last couple Thanksgivings, like, I think that potato. I don't think we should eat that potato salad. It's supposed to look green, right?
Niggas like, she fucked the ham up. Like, what? Yeah. Oh man. Like, you know what? I would be with you for 364 days of the year. Let Granny cook it. Let Granny cook in sad silence. We might eat it. We might fake eating it, but on Thanksgiving. Now I'm pulling Granny into the laundry room real fast. Like, hey man, let me get a hug. Let's start with love. Like, you know how much we love you, right? Like, yeah, baby, what's going on? Like, you got this recipe on paper somewhere where we could just laminate it, like, and let somebody else, give it a try on Christmas. So we go for next Thanksgiving, because I don't think you got it no more, Grands. Like, you know what I mean? But so you might get. somebody have to take a hit for the team because you're getting ixnayed out the will for sure. Like, you remember that news?
You might end up getting a tap on the shoulder like, listen, man, I'm just gonna walk you to your car. Like, what do you mean? Like, listen, man, just don't make a scene. I'm gonna walk you to your car. Everything's gonna be all right.
He said, no, I already got your coat, but everybody, come on. Like, damn.
And Granny just giving you the side eye in the kitchen, like, get that thing out of here.
You said, you know he a doctor, right, on your way out and shit like that. Like, damn, Grandma. That was a family secret that only you, like, one other person knew. Oh, man, that is funny. That's funny. The other thing, listen, hey, we're fathers. We out here doing what we can do as always. These raising kids thing, man. You feel like you're doing a good job until some shit happens where it's like, you know what? I'm not doing all I can do. Like Kennedy, she came to the wife. She's like, Mom, when I go to college, like I want to stay close. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be too far from you guys. I want to make sure, hey, I don't want to be like, if I gotta go far, okay, but not more than an hour. You know what I mean? I want to be able to come on, have dinner, talk to you guys. And Jen told me, I was like, that's what's up, man. We raising them right. You know what I'm saying? Like, want to leave us and shit. We appreciate that. Hit the heartstrings. Savannah the other day, it was the first time on the city bus without us. Like, we never on public transportation with her because we never have to. Like her friend Ray had a game. He's like, oh, can I go to a game with Ray? We're like, yeah. And I assumed she'll be going with her and Ray's mom, like, Chris. I think they're going to drive as a unit, you know what I'm saying, and come back as a unit. But she's like, oh, I'm at the game, we're safe. He's like, all right, cool. She's like, how'd you get there? You know what I mean? Like, we took the bus. I was like, you took the bus? She's like, yeah. And me and Jen, like, did you give her money for the bus? Like, she ain't got no Metro card. She's like, how did you pay? She's like, pay what? She's like, when you got on the bus, right? What happened? Ray said, come on. So I went. I'm like, you just walked on the bus for free? She's like, yeah, I just walked. She told me to walk, so we walked. She's like, I was like, it never happened. She's like, well, we got up and got another one, we had to transfer. I was like, you got on 2 buses? and you didn't pay nothing? She's like, wait. She's like, people pay for this? I was like, yo, baby. I had to reevaluate my whole parent thing. I was like, am I not doing the right thing here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and we didn't notice we were keeping our children so sheltered until they got to go do some shit without us, and they just assume some shit. So we're like, no, this is a Metro card. You know what I'm saying? Like, you probably never seen one, but this is what this does. You know what I mean? But I was just like, damn, just when you think you're raising them right, some new shit pop up, man. But yeah, man, be ready. You gotta have the birds and bees and the Metro card talk. It seems like yeah, it's terrible.
That's a fact.
It's terrible.
That's a fact, and that just lets you know the sheltered life that we have these kids living. Because our parents used to just drop us. They didn't even walk us to the train. They said, all right, you have a good day at school. And literally let us walk out in these dangerous ass Brooklyn streets to get on a bus or train to make it to school where we probably got our ass whooped or not. Or had to fight our way through the school to get back on the same dangerous bus or train to come back home and for them to be like, I know you got homework. You didn't even ask if I survived the day. You ain't asked me if anybody tried to insult me or looked at me. Your first question is, you got homework? Like, that shit crazy, bro.
We're worrying about the wrong shit. Like, you know oh, man. We're doing good, man. We're doing good. We do what we got to do. It's just, some things slip through the cracks. Some things slip through the cracks. This was one of them for sure.
Yeah. SKL just said the same thing. The fact they have never gotten in a city bus with us to know that they need to pay for the bus, we doing something right. But it was so funny, she couldn't stop laughing. Yeah, man, absolutely. Watching them experience life, you just kind of sit there and be like, so what did you expect was gonna happen?
Like, you know what I mean? Like, God forbid you got arrested for some dumb shit. It's like, oh, you're not paying? Clink, clank. It's like, what am I caught? What are these cuffs for? Oh, man.
Yeah, man.
Gotta love it.
Just tell her don't mention the white grass and the white fence, but y'all need to know nothing about that.
I'm definitely breaking that story when she hit 21, for sure. For sure. Let me tell you something about Dino. Oh, man. Oh man,
Oh,
Chef Cheryl, shout out to Chef Cheryl. She was with us last week. She said, "I used to wonder if I had parents." Damn. Oh man, I was on the B12 at 8 years old, multiple stops.
bruh, like that was funny. It was because me and my wife talked about that so much when Darius was like 5, 6 years old. Like, what age do you think he should start getting on the public transportation? I was like, I think 8's a good age. She was like, 8? I was like, yeah. And she was like, when did you start? I was like, 8. Like, how do you think I got around Brooklyn? My mother worked 2 jobs her whole life. Wasn't nobody rushing to come pick my ass up.
You better get there. That was your or no Matt question or nothing. Like, you better get there.
Seriously. Oh, man. All right, so switching gears a bit to our next segment, man. First off, shout out to everybody tuning in on IG. Shout out to Jeff, Tanya. I am Chef Cheryl. I see you. Only Mrs. Lee and SKL. What's good with y'all? Shout out to anybody checking in from YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. We appreciate you as well. Also those over on X. So just some quick recognitions and awarenesses. A couple of anniversaries we wanted to highlight. First of all, man, this one, I remember, brother, we were all together when this news broke out. Me, you, Jen, Jay, and this just shocked our world, man. 11 years. We're paying respects to Paul Walker, who died in a tragic car accident on November 30th in 2013. Paul was known for his philanthropic work through Reach Out Worldwide. He founded this in 2010 with financial advisor Roger Rodas after the earthquake in Haiti. He was personally involved in every aspect of the organization, from funding it to traveling to disaster areas to help. The organization's mission was to help transport first responders to disaster areas, and in those efforts, it included leading one of the first teams into the hardest hit areas of Haiti during that earthquake, traveling to Chile to bring water, medical aid, and hope after the earthquake and tsunami, running a chainsaw to clear debris and help people get back into their homes after the tornadoes in Alabama, and setting up a makeshift hospital in an abandoned orphanage in Haiti to treat victims. His donations are over 2.5 million in his humanitarian efforts. He was an environmental advocate. Saddest part about this, that day that he died, he was actually on his way from leaving from an event for this organization. So, I mean, we all know him, of course, from his movie, of course, the franchise Fast and Furious. Yeah, man, it was tough when I saw this come across my feed, man.
11 years? That's nuts. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago. It truly doesn't. But wow, time really does fly. Rest in peace and happiness, still, for sure.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. I'll never forget that franchise right after he died, or that movie right after he died. That ending part, man. I mean, you could hear a pin drop in the theater. You know what I mean? Pin drop. It was crazy. And now to this day, you hear that song, it's just, oh man, real thug tears, man. Real thug tears.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
Oh man. So keeping with recognitions and anniversaries, man, it makes 69 years since Rosa Parks bravely refused to give up her seat on a segregated bus in Montgomery, Alabama. Her act of courage ignited a wave of activism for justice, equality, and freedom for all Americans. I mean, Rosa is one of many who did a lot of really good things. I mean, she joined the NAACP, and I think the 1930s, and then from there, it was really just her just gravitating, and I think she won an award. I think it was the Signal Colonel or something like that. But it was just really captivating to see what she was able to withstand and what she fought for, especially for women's voting rights and just standing up for people all around, man.
Not to poke any fun, but I always wonder, like, what happened if she had missed that bus? I was just curious, like she could have really went left for her. But Yeah, man, shout out to Rosa. We needed that, thank God. Because for some reason now, what I hate though, Rosa went through what she went through, but as kids, when you was on the cheese bus and shit, you know, before you got real Metro cards, we always ran to go sit in the back of the bus. I never understood that. Hated that. But you didn't want to sit in the front for some fucking reason. I don't know. Damn kids. I know I was one of them. I was. Wow. All right, bro.
I know why I was sitting in the back.
Yeah, this is the whole road. Both sides. Both sides is me.
The back of the bus is where all the fun shit happened, but
facts.
None of that. But so I found the actual award. Rosa Parks received the NAACP Spin Guard Medal in 1979 and the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1996 and the Congressional Gold Medal in 1999. So she was just racking them up, man.
She racking them up.
Yeah, man.
Wall flooded. Wall flooded. That's what's up.
Now moving on to, I think, something that is more for my gamers. PlayStation, man. 30th anniversary of the PlayStation is here. And we thought it'd be cool to bring to all of our audience all of the PlayStation consoles going all the way back to 1994 up until the latest in 2020. And I believe they're getting ready for their new release. I think it's next year sometime. But listen, man, talk about it, brother. When PlayStation first hit your room, how did it feel?
I'm looking at these like, yo, I had a few of these joints. Like, you know what I mean? I had the one. I don't think I got the PS one. I had the one though. The two I had, three I had the PSP. I had the three. Shit. After that, there was a gap to like. I think I still got. I got the 4 Slim right now. That's as far as I went. I never got nothing after the 4 Slim. I still ain't got a PS5. Please don't judge me. But and the PS4 still works. You know what I mean? A little gotta kick it, but it works.
Yeah.
Do you remember these consoles? You had all of these?
I had all of these except for the slim versions and the portable versions, and the classic. I didn't get that one, but yeah, brother. You know me, man. Every Christmas it was a necessity to have the newest gaming system, and that kind of stuck with me as a grown up. I like to have my peace and my fun when I'm at home. I lock the door. I light some candles. You know what I'm saying? I put in a little Call of Duty, and you know what I'm saying? I'm in my zone. The next thing I know, it's the next day.
Yep.
But yeah, man.
Big shifts on the sticks.
Yeah. Everything changes though when you get a woman. I think the first time my wife saw how much she was just my girlfriend at the time. She saw how much time I dedicated to video games, and she really started to question our relationship very early. And I quickly snapped out of it. You know what I mean? There were some relapses, but I think now she appreciates the fact that I've scaled back a lot from the gaming. But it was intense at one point. Intense. Talking about like getting mad and breaking remotes. It was bad.
Wow. I always had fun with it, but never too competitive. I remember TJ used to have these wild NBA Live tournaments and Madden tournaments in the basements. But it was good times, man. Always good times. No bad memories with the games for sure. I wish I stuck with it. You know what I'm saying? I probably could have made a career out of it. But but you know, life happens. Then you don't. And me, I never really stayed up to date on the systems, man. I wish I did, but I didn't.
It's all good. You stayed up to date on other things, man. That's what makes you, man. Cool, man. So this next one was really cool to bring up because Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is one of my favorite shows and probably a lot of your favorite shows. You probably remember in 2020, HBO Max did a special celebrating 30 years of The Fresh Prince. And it was the first time that Will Smith and Janet Hubert actually got a chance to sit down and have a heart-to-heart to reconcile after Janet left the show. Now, in a new episode of Vice's Black Comedy in America series, hosted by Chris Spencer, Smith says he made a horrible error in misjudging his co-star while the two were on the show. And this is, end quote, I made a horrible error and misjudgment of her value and power and beauty to the show. He goes on to admit to Chris Spencer during a chat about his career, he horribly underestimated what she was for him at that point in his life.
Wow. Like, to this day, was there a disconnect between her and Will as to why she got swapped out with light-skinned Aunt Viv? Like, I'm really not, to this day, I'm really not positive why the switch happened, but it just happened. Everybody just kept running like nothing, like there was nothing else to worry about.
Yeah, I think everybody just kept running because when she got replaced, man, of course, we all looked at the show like, wait a minute. Y'all not just going to change Aunt Viv on us and act like we don't see it.
That's a fact.
But I think, I mean, even though it was very late in the game, I think it just blends nicely with our topic around sustaining happiness, right? Because who knows what Will was thinking at that point. Yes, he's done interviews speaking about his reasoning for it at the time, and I think the show cited creative differences and blah, blah, blah. But I think in hindsight, when you realize a Black woman on a hit comedy show, that meant a lot for, you know what I mean, the kids coming up, the Black women in the world who were trying to be seen in that professional and motherly and wife light, to then be removed for a light-skinned woman. You know what I'm saying? Like that colorism at the time really just sent shockwaves. So for Will to recognize that now in today's day and age, it is important, and to realize what she probably not only meant to him, but meant for people everywhere, especially the people that she represented. I think that was pretty cool.
Okay.
Oh man, they going off in the IG chat. Tanya said she started beating her ex in Madden. I guess we know why he's next.
Yeah. He can't tell.
And Mrs. Lee, all right, so she's talking about I wouldn't let her play the game. Let me tell you something, ladies. It's like playing spades. All right. You can try, but you're never going to be really a part of the community until you learn. And the only way you can learn is on your own. It's very hard to learn from experienced players. Some people are just not great teachers. So you got to learn the same way we learned, right? Remember, I said I broke remotes at one point. Because for some reason, y'all, NBA 2K, it has the same moves every year. But for some reason, when you first start playing the game, you can't make a shot, you can't pass, you can't win a game. But then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Like, how are you supposed to play a game? You make the game for us to play it and be competitive. What the hell is the issue? Sure. All right, I'm glad I got that off my system. So now,
we're holding on to that. Go ahead, brother.
I'm speaking my truth tonight, man. I'm speaking my truth.
That's what we're here for. That's funny.
You know what I'm saying? So, imagine now, I'm going through these emotions, and then my wife walks in the room, and she's like, "You're okay?" I'm like, "No, I just paid $79.95 on this shit, and it's telling me that I can't win. That's bullshit, bro." But anyway, back. I digress, right? If you want to be a part of the community where you can get the remote, or like I said, you can get in the spades game, you got to learn. And there's plenty of different ways you can learn. Ladies, when your man leaves, be very careful with this, because you do not want to fuck up his player or his campaign or anything like that. You make sure you ask him, how do I start my own version of this so I don't mess with yours? He'll show you how to do that, and then that's how you can learn on your own and figure things out.
Bro, remember memory cards? Oh, man. It was like, what's the blue? It was clear. I can see it was transparent. It was my blue memory card. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got my whole thing on there. Don't fuck with me, lady. You talking to your mom and shit. What you cleaned up? Yeah, it's some rough days, man. Rough days. Your memory card gone, man. Until they started putting terabytes in this shit. Yeah, life was hard back there, man.
Man. It was tough.
Shit. Shit.
And last thing I'll bring up, man. I know I'm lingering on this game shit, but this is the last thing I'll bring up. What used to kill me with NBA 2K was when you was in the beginning, you was trying to get your guy out of the brown shirt and the gray sweats, right? And I remember like thinking I got to go through the natural order of just winning games, getting sponsorships. You know what I mean? That's the only way my guy's really going to get gear. I had no idea these rich people or these people with money was buying like 100,000 VP points out the gate. So they was just up
Day
to like
two.
85.
Day two.
Yeah.
Fresh. It's like, yo, hold up. Like, there's not enough hours in a day.
Yo, I'm like, the game just came out yesterday, bro.
He's like,
you already got the new Jordans. Like,
he's like, even if you play for 48 hours straight since it dropped, it's impossible. He was doing mad pocket watching. Like, it's impossible. They couldn't have done it. That's funny. That's funny.
I had to. Oh man, but moving on, brother. Couple of announcements, man. We told y'all last week that the Economic Empowerment Podcast under the Freedom Cage umbrella was starting. The first episode is available right now on our YouTube channel. So make sure after this show you go subscribe so you can check it out, man. It is 20 minutes of pure gems from Davon Reeves. She is just giving out all the great information around crowdfunding, her new app Vestor that is really actually bridging the gap for people who want to invest in commercial real estate. And then of course it's hosted by Ramel Lee. He is doing amazing things not only in alternative investments but also in hotel investing. So make sure you check that out, and it's available. It's episode 1. More great information to come. So yeah, and then we're also on all the socials, so make sure you follow Economic Empowerment Pod on IG, TikTok, also on LinkedIn for the professional folks. You know what I mean? This is good stuff, man. You can share it with anybody, for real.
Bro, she dropped a lot of gems. I was just like, that's what crowdfunding is. Okay. No more handouts. You gotta go put that work in. We appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
And of course, in FCP news, man, we got new episodes out. Episode 98, Court Squabble, is out. Kenny and I talk about all the crazy stuff that's going on with Drake in the courts trying to go after, what is it, Universal Musical Group.
Yeah.
All that stuff, man. Yeah.
He said the hate is corporate. It's not just local hate. You know what I'm saying? He said the hate has come from a level that he is not used to seeing. Like he said, he could deal with the odds. He could fuck with those. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But once the suits start hating, it's a whole nother power game. But sidebar, fake want him to win that, but it's the fact that it happened right after the hip hop battle. Not a good time. Not a good time, brother. We're wishing the best.
It's like losing a fair one and then calling your uncle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Come on, man.
Word. Can't do that.
Gotta take your L's the way you take your W's, man. I'm sorry.
Facts.
And then next episode we got out right now as well as episode 99. More Than Thanks, man, featuring I Am Chef Cheryl. This was our great conversation we had last week, man. So if you didn't get a chance to check it out last week, you can now check it out on our YouTube channel. Shout out to Chef Cheryl. And speaking of Chef Cheryl and her amazing daughter Jordan, remember we talked about Party with a Purpose last week. This is the official flyer happening this Saturday, y'all. I myself and my wife will be there live in the flesh, volunteering, helping out, man. So if you want to participate, this is the flyer, but you can also follow I Am Chef Cheryl and get more information on how you could get involved, how you can help out. Listen, like Cheryl said, we are all one paycheck away, one circumstance, one accident from probably being in a very detrimental situation where we are living without a home. So this is a great way to keep in touch and give back to those who are less fortunate. So shout out to Jordan for thinking up this idea. Shout out to Cheryl for putting all this together, man, and can't wait to see everything unfold on Saturday.
That's gonna be super dope, man. Shout out to Cheryl, shout out to Jordan. Partying with a purpose, man. Can't beat that. That's what's up. Because a lot of the parties I go to, ain't no reason why we're there. No reason why we're there. Go to a party with a purpose. Go to a party with a purpose. Shouts out to I Am Chef Cheryl. Thank you for the invite.
Definitely. So listen, man, this segment usually takes on a certain type of news, right? And this is the segment where I'm not a doctor. I just play one here on FCP, y'all, but some real shit happened today. If you did not hear it, the CEO of United Healthcare's healthcare division. Now, this is very important because there are several different CEOs within United Healthcare. All right. their CEO, like at the top of United Healthcare Group, all their divisions, that's a different person. His last name is Woody. This guy, Brian Thompson, is the CEO of their healthcare insurance division. So just want to make that clear, because I see a lot of people running around saying, why would the CEO of a Fortune 500 company be running around without security? Just get the titles right. This ain't the big CEO, but this was a very important guy who worked his way through the ranks at United Healthcare to get his position that he attained, I believe, in April of 2021. And unfortunately, he was shot and killed today in Midtown Manhattan. Kenny, man, when you first heard about this, man, what were you thinking?
Talk to Sean. First thing I said, I was like, nah. I don't even like. I'm like healthcare. Like at first, it was like super early, like a little before 7:00, and hit the phone. It said, "Oh man, he was shot. The CEO United Healthcare. It was somebody attempted to take his life." I was like, "Oh, that's crazy." You know what I mean? Shot coming out. You know what I mean? On his part, definitely probably on his way to work. You know what I mean? Another day. But then I'm like, wait a minute. Things kind of developed throughout the day. It's like, oh, he actually passed away from these wounds. I was like, nah, I gotta talk to Sean, like, because I know you wrapped up in healthcare. And then when I found out he was on the insurance side of things, I said, oh, I gotta talk to Sean immediately. I need to know his feedback. Not that I'm looking for any inside intel, but what you heard, bro?
So unfortunately, I mean, of course, this is a tragedy, man. I mean, no one should lose their life. He was a family man. Listen, there was an investors gathering that they routinely have in Midtown Manhattan, and that's what he was on his way to when he was murdered. There's a video, very chilling video, where you see this masked man approach him from behind. I believe he was shot in the calf and one in the back, and then I think it was 3 shots altogether or something like that. But the chilling part about this, UHC has been in the news for plenty of things over the last couple of years, most notably this year with one of their companies, Change Healthcare, having that big breach. Now, with this happening, I mean, there's a lot of concern around why this happened, what could be behind it. I think I just recently saw that he was going to be a part of a Department of Justice probe, because there's a lot of news around what happened with this Change Healthcare breach and how badly it really impacted. We're talking about a lot of pharmacies, hospitals, millions of transactions that this company handled that was managed under UHC, and it's going to be really interesting to see what develops as the next 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah. Not to please judge him. It looked like it could have been a white guy, but I am curious. Once they do find him, I'm dying to know, because it was a targeted hit. They said he was kind of waiting for him to come out. He finally came out, and he did the deed, unfortunately. But I need to understand his logic as to why he felt this was something to do at 7 a.m. On a busy street. It was middle of Midtown. It wasn't as if it was something, like a back block, middle of the day, bad timing, wrong place, wrong time kind of thing. It was a targeted hit. He was waiting for him specifically. I don't know if he has some sort of backstory. He has a personal vendetta against UHA for some weird reason that we don't know about. I'm sorry, UHC. But I am curious to hear about his story, for whatever story that may be. Like, not to highlight it, but that I just need his family needs answers, to be quite honest with you. Not even me. Like, they need to just know why this happened to their loved one.
Yeah, man. And it begs the question. I think right now there's like a $10,000 reward for the shooter. But it begs the question of exactly what you said, right? What was behind this? We need answers, but also, should more CEOs be running around with security? Just for the simple fact that there's a lot of decisions that impact people differently. One of the subsidiary companies of United Healthcare, Optum, actually laid off a lot of people this year due to the Change Healthcare breach. Okay. So there's a lot of different things that are going on with this company, and it makes you wonder, because he's not the first person that's in a CEO position that's been threatened before. There's been deans threatened before or shot at before. There's been other CEOs. So you're probably going to see a lot more CEOs tighten up a bit with their security. But Also, this is a reality check, man. Like it's not a game.
That's true.
Healthcare is something everybody should be really paying attention to right now because of the new administrations coming in and the way they're looking at things. You think about underrepresented communities and Medicaid funding, that might be something that gets cut tremendously going into next year. So I think we're going to see a lot more about healthcare in the news going forward.
For sure. I know to harp back on your question, if CEOs should have their own personal security. Like if you're a CEO of a Fortune 5 or a publicly traded company and you have that title as chief executive of anything, at least I don't know, like daily personal security is maybe required, but you gotta move with some haste. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't just be lollygagging, so to speak, if you are someone with that kind of title. But the higher up you go, I think security should follow you to some extent. You know what I mean? You are important to not just your family, but the business that you run. You know what I mean? So the business should want to protect that asset that you are to them. But the thing with that is, there are a lot of companies in the world, and there are a lot of CEOs, and a lot of them you don't know about. Like you never seen his face. If you pass him on the street, you wouldn't get a CEO vibe, so to speak, but he is in fact one, So if you see everybody with with someone very close to them with the earpiece on and a full black suit doing the whole security thing, that kind of brings attention to that person that they may not want in the first place. That's why a lot of CEOs probably don't have that extra security, because they don't want the extra attention. But if you do get death threats, or there are people you feel that are I guess not all there, that have kind of reached out to you in a harmful way, it wouldn't hurt to have. You know what I'm saying? Better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah, man. Definitely sad to hear, man. Very sad to hear. We'll see what comes out in the news over the next couple of weeks, because this is definitely something prime time.
Yeah.
So now with financial ties, Dr. Oz, he was recently appointed to be the head of was the CMS, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now there's some clouding that decision, because he actually is I want to say majority owner in some companies that may benefit a lot from next year. So Novo Nordisk, the manufacturer of Ozempic and Wegovy, has been a marketing client of companies founded by Dr. Oz from 2009 to 2019. And the Post reported December 2nd, the drugs might be covered by Medicare and Medicaid if a 2024 Biden administration proposal is enacted during the Trump administration. So he stands to benefit tremendously if now Medicare Part D starts to cover these drugs. So of course that's clouding the decision. We really don't know. This is up for negotiation in talks with CMS, and they're going to release the list of 15 medications chosen for negotiations by February 1st. A lot is going to be happening in the healthcare field, the insurance field, the pharmaceutical field, as this new administration starts to take shape.
That's a fact. I did hear you mention President Biden kind of being involved with the whole, not change of power there, but in the middle of the financial ties with Dr. Oz. But President Biden not too long ago kind of went on record in regards to his son, who had some legal troubles. Not that he has a political stance as far as his son. He just happens to be the president's son. You know what I mean? He doesn't have any, he's not running for governor or anything to that capacity. But Biden kind of made a point that he would not insert his power over the ruling or whatever was to come for his son. And, hey, us, the people, we respected it. It's like, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Let your son kind of go through the process of, letting justice serve itself in that regard. The other day, turns out he kind of backed on that and said, "Yeah, I'm a part of my son on any future crimes that he may do that may have on a record." And there's in the community, the people are like, "Whoa! You said that you wasn't gonna." He's like, "Yeah, I know what I said, but fuck y'all, this is my son. If I have the opportunity to get my son up out of a situation, I'm gonna do that." You know what I'm saying? So I gotta ask you, like, if you were president and you were on your way out, do you have a last few items you want to establish before you know what I mean, you pack your bags on the way out? Something they want to make sure is done before you go?
That's a good one. That is a good one. I would probably, because if it's on my way out, fuck it. I would probably reinstate DEI being taught in schools and financial literacy being taught, especially taught in schools in underrepresented areas.
Okay.
Because if I can make sure that the next generation has some sort of opportunity and access to information, then it at least makes sure that that next crop of thinkers and leaders are armed and informed to make life better for their generation after them. Because Lord knows the next administration is going to come in and they're going to do everything in their power to get rid of what I just established. But hey, at least they got a good year to, you know what I mean, to get the education, to get the information, you know what I mean, do what they got to do. And hopefully there's some people in place in the Supreme Court that can hold me down until the new administration really pushes it, man. But yeah, that would be it.
I respect it. I would take a selfish approach. I would definitely look into my family, make sure nobody's behind the wall. If you got any petty crimes, we coming out. We coming home, baby. and hey, don't get me wrong. Hey, if you had a sniffing habit, I can help you. But if you had a stabbing habit, my nigga, you gotta ride that out. You fucked up. In ways I can't, as president, I can't help you with. You know what I'm saying? But if you're in the wrong place, wrong time, if I what are you? Your person? Did they touch you legally? You know what I'm saying? Nah, come on home. Outside of getting all my close friends and loved ones out, if I could, I might hit that reparations button on the way out. Like, yo, pay them folk. I don't care how y'all do it. Pay them folk. I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? I might try to put that in play on the way out for sure. For sure.
I respect it, man. All right. So main theme vibes, man. Is true happiness sustainable, y'all? As you can see from the show, we've brought up so many different forms of true happiness that we're seeing. We've seen Nelly reunite with Ashanti. We've seen Will Smith reconnect and reconcile with Janet Ebert. We've seen Biden be happy to pardon his son. But some happiness, true happiness, and that has different definitions for all of us, is that truly sustainable, man?
Happiness evolves, it shifts, it molds, it changes, it grows with you. So I can't say it's sustainable because happiness shifts. Like the goalpost moves day to day. So to sustain something that you can't really control day to day, it's kind of impossible. So I would, if I had to make a gut call, I don't think true happiness is sustainable because that happiness may not be the same happiness from Tuesday to Wednesday. You know what I mean? It will evolve. It has to evolve. It can't. Whatever you are happy with on day one, I doubt you'll still be happy with it on day 100. If that makes any sense, you know what I mean? So you can try to sustain that current happiness as far as a relationship, something that's present and day in and day out. You can sustain that, but your personal happiness, that's tough. Like I might like lasagna one day, but I might hate it next week. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not happy with this. I'm no longer happy with my favorite meal that I once told you about. You know what I mean? So in that regard, it will be super tough to sustain, in my opinion.
I hear you.
What's your thoughts on that?
I think it is very tough, but I think if you are able, and this is elite relationship shit, like if you've reached this level, you're probably like not listening to us right now. You're probably in the room getting like some real pleasure or some shit. But when you are truly in tune with your partner to the point that as they transition into new forms of true happiness, you're right there to support it. And I give you a perfect example, right? You may get with your partner and their elite true happiness is dancing. They want to go out dancing, whatever style of dance it is, you know, nothing like surprising her with a night out, put on your favorite dress, put on your dancing shoes, we're going dance. All of a sudden now she may fall into a trade. She may want to be an influencer. She may want to make hair products. She may want to be a baker. Now you've got to sustain and be in tune with this new sense of her true happiness, which is seeing this level, seeing this entrepreneurship, seeing this passion of hers grow. So how do you fuel that passion? And that's a hard thing to do because that requires you staying in tune with what she's interested in, listening every time she talks, even when the game is on. Like this is why I say this is elite level shit. So I agree with you, but I'm also throwing out there for those few elite guys out there that are trying to hit that elite level. If you can manage that, if you can swing that player, ooh, she will take care of you every night, baby. Like
every night, baby. Got to prove your love every night, baby. But in order to be elite in that category, honestly, I think it just takes a ton of communication, like you were saying earlier. Because hey, we could try all we want, but we ain't psychics. We could try to predict something. I knew he was gonna say that, but that's not really. I mean, that's not the same as making sure the new happiness is still being sustained to that new level. So I think communication is the best way to try to get there before they can. If you could find out what they need and that thing to take that happiness to that next level and whatever new endeavor that may be. But don't be scared to ask a question like, "Yo, what makes you happy today?" Like this week, this month, you know what I mean? Like, because you might know what made whoever happy to get to where you are today, but like I said, happiness evolves, it changes, it grows with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if your happiness was money and now you got money, it's like, so you're not happy no more now that you got it? Like, where are you now? Like, you still content with the amount of money you got? You know what I mean? Like, do you need more money now to be happier? You know? But if that is a goal, cool. Then we'll go make some more money. We'll make sure we'll keep chasing that goal if that's what you want. But communication, I think, will really break that open for you.
Yeah, man. And I think that's the toughest part, right? Because some people can be with someone and then just communication is just like dull. You know what I mean? It's just like for whatever years you've been working in the relationship or been married, whatever state that you're in, how is the best way to communicate what is not making you happy? And then is the person able to hear it? Because I'll be honest with y'all, man. In the beginning, it was hard. It was hard to hear if my woman wasn't happy. You know what I mean? Because that's the last thing you want, because now you feel like shit, I'm about to lose my lady. What the fuck am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? There's a tough exterior out here, but inside it is marshmallow. She leaves me finished. You know what I'm saying? I'm finished, man. So you know, I'm Carl Thomas at the window with the rain. But I think it's so important to be self-aware enough to know where your flaws may be, and to Kenny's point, work on that communication, man. So a good question I have for you, man, is there something that made you really happy a while ago? Because you brought this up, made you really happy a while ago, but now it's almost like, yo, catch up with the times. That ain't my thing no more.
Yeah, I'm already new feats made me really happy. I'm like I was chasing this new pair mentally every, whenever, you know what I'm saying? And it took me a while to be like, oh shit, it's 10 o'clock, sneaking that. Like, you know what I mean? It took me a while to be like, I don't even really need it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just, don't get me wrong, some pairs I gotta shoot my shot. You know what I mean? But it was almost like a fake addiction, that happiness. Like, I kept chasing that high. You know what I mean? Like, new beats, gotta get them. You know what I mean? It said, it better be a 6 a.m. delivery, too. Like, I want my shit yesterday. But I think that was something that kind of shifted, just as far as what I thought was happiness and just having a new item. There's no end to that game. So it wasn't real happiness. It was more wants than needs. You know what I'm saying? So that is something that I used to really love that I really just don't care about as much anymore, to be honest with you.
Yeah. No, yeah. I think for me, it was thinking that, I had to make everybody happy and be there for everybody. I had to realize that if I wanted to accomplish something really for myself and have my own peace, there was going to be some times where I was just going to have to be locked into what I'm doing and understand that if I'm not around for certain stuff, or if I can't talk to people for a certain amount of time, if they really care and, you know, love a nigga, they'll understand that, all right, he's going after something, like he's handling something, and if I really need him there for something important, I know he'll be there. But you know, it used to make me really happy, you know, to want to be there for people to just show up for everything, to do everything. And then I just realized that's not sustainable. Pun intended, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't finding my true happiness. I was seeing other people very happy, but then it was like little time to do what I needed to do. So that was definitely something that I had to change over time.
Shit, I still struggle with that. That's a rough one. Good luck to you. Shit, let me know the code to that sheet, man. I need that. Oh man.
Yeah, one of the things I really I love about my relationship with my wife is I think we have good measures of communication most of the time. Because there are times where I don't want to hear her, and I know there's times where she's tired of me, right? So, but when we have those beautiful moments of communication, I think that's what keeps us on a level keel of what makes each other happy. Because to your point, and I hope people heard what you said, you change what makes you happy changes over time.
Yeah.
And we always bring up that Medea movie, Homecoming, where you get married to 10 different people because they're going to change over the length of time that y'all are together. So what are y'all both doing to adjust to each other's wants, needs, new forms of happiness? And that communication is so important. And I think we've learned to hear the word "I don't like" from each other, because that's tough. That can send those like tingling feelings in your body.
Feels negative. We don't want that.
Yeah. And fellas, I hate to say it, man, but I think the bedroom is one of those places where you gotta be able to ask questions. You gotta be able to ask questions. I'm telling y'all, 14 years into it, and I know Kenny, he's veteran over veteran time.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? You gotta talk to your woman about what makes her happy in all areas, brothers. I know it hurts your heart to hear it sometimes, but you'll be better for it. The last thing you want to do is be walking out the door every time thinking, yeah, she loved the way I put it down.
Yeah, man. Like, man, let me tell you something. That thing you do to the left, not my thing. Like, what? That's my move. That's my move. Like, yeah, I never liked that. What? Well, when you say something, I didn't want to hurt your feelings. Let's talk about that for a second. When you do have a negative feedback or something that you just wasn't expecting, how difficult or easy is it to accept the fact that what you're doing is not right? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you, like, are you mad at the person for protecting your feelings, or are you now relieved that they finally let this out? Like, where do you fall?
So I think there's a spectrum. I think at first you're probably mad that this has been kept from you, right? But if you're smart, you realize this is good information, because it means that she's telling you because she wants you to be better.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I know some of y'all men are like, fuck that shit. Probably turned off the show. It's all good.
It's okay. Come back.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When you're ready to hear it, we're here. But if you're smart, you notice that this is good information because she hasn't stepped out on you, hopefully. And she's being honest with you, and she's comfortable to feel honest with you. When you got your woman at that point of communication, you can only get better. You know what I'm saying? And then if you have that healthy communication going forward, where now you can stand where she's telling you this is what makes her happy, then you can only reach the mountaintop from there if you're dedicated and you're committed. You know what I'm saying?
It's a fact.
Yeah, man.
It's a fact. It's a fact. You got a lot of good ones here. What about those who are single? We're able to give a lot of relationship advice, As far as, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's easy to make one person happy. I can't even say it's easy. It's a smaller book to make one person happy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But how about those who are single? Do you think there's a different metric for them as far as happiness is concerned?
And you know, I can only speak from what I hear, and of course that's not as good as hearing it from a single person, right? So like we always say, if you ever want to come on here and say your piece, you can say it in a respectable way and really share good information. Reach out to us and we will definitely have you come on here and share your piece. I think the toughest thing for single people right now is, first of all, finding good people in this crop of their batch of who they're looking for. And I say that because there's all kinds of preferences now, right? So from what I hear is that is the toughest thing. Are they serious? Do they have kids? Or is it a long distance relationship? You know what I mean? Cultural differences. So getting past that to even get into a situation that builds into evaluating happiness, from what I hear so far, has been one of the toughest things to do. Mm-hmm. So it's tough. It looks like we're having some issues on IG, bro.
What's going on?
Yeah, it looks like we froze on IG.
Yeah, it's moving on my side.
Yeah. It's moving, or maybe it's just me. I don't know. All right, if it's moving on your side, maybe it's just my device. My bad.
Yeah, we're moving.
Yeah, but I think I think for the singles, but I'd love to hear from the singles. If anybody single is tuning in right now, let us know in the chat, man. Yeah. How do you measure true happiness, whether it's dating or whether it's just you being in love with you and doing the best thing for you? Yeah. How does that go?
Yeah. Silly question. When's the last time you made you happy?
I don't think this show is ready for that.
My bad, y'all. He said, "What time is it? Yeah, this is FCP after dark."
I just got to make sure my ex feed does me right tonight. Anywho, no, you know what? I honestly try to do that at least twice a day. Only because I feel like it's so important to pour energy into yourself, because you spend most of the time that day pouring energy out into what others want from you. So whether it's a exercise or a workout in the morning, or a motivational video, or watching some sort of financial literacy joint to figure out how to do this shit the right way, something that pours into me that makes me happy. You know, that's always something that I do every day. What about you?
Okay. Last time I made me happy. I'm complete. I'm not really happy, man. Oh man. Unfortunately, I don't. Not that I don't know what my happiness is, but I feel like I do feed my happy off seeing others happy from some sort of connection with me. You know what I mean? If I do whatever I do and you're happy from that, your happiness kind of fills my cup. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. Nice. It's a unfortunate, selfless kind of thing. Because at some point with that strategy, you now have to look in the mirror and see what really makes you happy on your own. You know what I mean? So I don't struggle with that. I feel like I'm okay with it. But if I ever have to sit down with a therapist and ask me the same shit, I'm gonna be like, damn, that's a good question, doc. I thought I was gonna keep it light. You took it there quick. You know what I mean? But I kind of get my happiness filled just seeing others around me happy and, chasing their goals, making sure everything's sustainable. Like, because I feel like I have everything under control, even though I don't. I feel like I do. So, that's my confidence to make sure everybody else is okay with their thing and make sure they get to their plateaus and their goals and achievement, and seeing them get that plaque or that happiness makes me happy inside. So I don't really know how to equate my own happiness now, because I've never been unhappy in that sense. So I'm not sure what happiness is. It's crazy. Right.
Fair enough. So I'm just checking in with the IG folks, because I think at some point we did freeze on their end. So
Yeah.
I just want to make sure they heard everything that we were talking about. I just asked them what was the last part that they heard. But since we are live and everything seems smooth over there, this last question, man, can you see yourself having a face-to-face conversation with the person that you love and saying to them, I'm not happy?
Can I see it? Absolutely. I can definitely see it. Just curious to know the context that and one at which one would have to say that. You know what I mean? As far as because usually that's the I'm not happy, I can't do this anymore, or I'm not happy, something is lacking, or I'm not happy because you're blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? It's usually the context right after that that's going to either make or break whatever we got going on. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you hope it's like saying, yo, I'm not happy like with your cooking. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a quick fix. It's like it's cool. We're eating out from here on out. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no big, it's an easy fix. But if it's something that's like an emotional attachment, it's like, yo, I'm no longer happy emotionally in that situation. That's a tough pill to receive or get. You know what I mean? So, but I can definitely see it happening if it is something that needs to happen. I don't think neither me or my wife would shy away from that conversation. It may take just due to like emotions and love for the other person, it may take some time to get to. Just hopefully not too much time if there is a time for it to be taking place. But I think we're both mature enough and understand each other enough and have enough love for each other to sit the other person down and go, yo, I've been thinking about this. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just something that happened on the ride home tonight. You know what I'm saying? It was just like you'll have to kind of build the story up to get to that point. And hopefully you guys can build from there and try to get whoever is unhappy back to that happy state. But it just sucks if that I'm not happy evolves into the you are the person not making me happy. Right. That's when shit is south. That's when shit is just like, damn.
Right.
Like,
right.
It's like it's my like when you find out it's my face. It's like there's nothing I can do about that. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm sorry, brother. What was you gonna say?
Yeah, and I think you make a great point. The only thing I'll add to it is how you go about that conversation. Definitely don't do it under emotions. When emotions involved, if it's fresh over an argument, that is the worst time to say I'm not happy. If for some reason, you know what I'm saying, they didn't cook the dish that you wanted, that's not the time to bring up you're not happy. You definitely want to make sure that if you're going to go into a conversation like that, you know exactly what you want to say. And then to Kenny's point, if you bring something up like this, there needs to be a plan after. To Kenny's point, are you saying you're not happy to work on it and build going forward, or are you saying I'm not happy and I'm out of here? Like, is
that your bag? Is that your backpack in the corner right now? Like, what are we talking about? You know what I mean? Yeah. The context is super important. Super important.
Yeah, that's super important because you're dealing with people's feelings, you're dealing with people's time, and I think one of the realest things I think I've ever heard a father tell a guy that was about to marry his daughter, if at any point you feel like you're gonna step out, just bring her back to me. Like, don't break her heart, don't bullshit her, don't play with her time. Just bring her back to me, and everything will be fine. You know what I'm saying? Because
like a package.
Well, more so like just don't go the fucked up, fuck boy route of doing all the games and the bullshit. It was more so just like we got her, the family's got her, but don't play the game of just dragging her through the process. And the same thing can go for a mother talking to another lady about to date her, marry her son. Like, if at any point and as being a father of a son to the girl, at any point you don't want to be with my son, don't play the games with him. Let him be real with him and let him come back to his family so we go hold him down. Because the dragging people through the bullshit, that's the part that causes even more like irreparable damage, man.
That's a dope quote. That's super deep. But devil's advocate. When would you inform your partner on the way to mom's crib? Like, yo, let's go take a ride. All right, where we going? Oh, we just take a ride. Wait, what? Are we going to something else? Oh yeah, we're going over there. Oh, what's going on over there? Not much. You know what I'm saying? You get there, like, open the trunk. What's in the trunk? Why is my luggage in the trunk? What the fuck is going on? Like, like when do you deliver this news? Because you can't say it before the car. You're gonna be fighting for your life on the whole ride. Oh shit. Sure. Oh man. So what do you say when you want to say I'm not emotionally happy, but physically you're awesome? But that's it.
Woo.
Yeesh. Sound like a situationship.
Yeah, I think only Mrs. Lee covered it. That's friends with benefits at that point. You know what? I've seen situations like this, and they never turn out good. You know what I mean? Because once feelings are involved, y'all can act like y'all just gonna be in a situation, but it's just gonna make it toxic. It's gonna make it toxic because if you're the person that's saying I'm not emotionally attached anymore, but I love the physical part, let's keep that going. What's gonna happen for that person that's emotionally attached is they are going to latch on to those moments that they have you, thinking that they're leading towards getting back together. And then when you detach from them, you may think they're fine, but inside they're going fucking nuts, thinking, no, this isn't what it's supposed to be. Why are you leaving? Like, I just see that going super toxic, man.
Yeah, I respect it. I have a side question for you.
What's up?
If you get with someone under a certain pretense, whether you got with them, they happen to be wealthy, or you got with them because a respect factor, it raised your respect factor, or even for protection, shit. Yeah, even if you heard the sex was good from another party, so you got with them, but come to find out down the line that these pretenses were false. Is that grounds for like an automatic dismissal? Like, what's going on? Like, you know what I mean? Like he pulls up to Shorty, you know what I mean, at the gym. She thought she saw your joint, you know what I mean? She's like, oh, he packing. You know what I mean? Like little bit she knows the angle that I was at when I was doing this one workout, you know what I'm saying? So we find out later, some weeks down, so a few dates, take the nice slow route, real respectable. But she just know, when I get there, you know what I mean, the boy's packing. You find out it's a carry-on. Like, I thought he was checking this in. He's not packing much at all. You know what I mean? Like, is that grounds for automatic dismissal once you find out?
That's so shallow.
If you know what I mean, she met you and you had on this perfect suit, fit the body, the tie was good. Usually the Starbucks, you know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, you dressed for a nice girl. Shoes was sharp. I mean, you saw the socks; it was the right length. But she don't know that's the only suit you own, and you just happen to be in an interview that day, so she just think this is you. Like makes up to say you hoodie every day, and she's like, yo, what's that suit nigga I met? That's just in the cleanest, baby. That's all I got.
You see, the tough part about it is you always meet the representative at first. You know what I mean? So whether it's a one-timer or whether it's a loner over a period of time, you're always going to meet that person's representative in the beginning. And then you're probably really not going to get to know the real issues of them after a while. So when you say automatic dismissal, I would say the only time that's good is if you were really looking to build something with this person and this is an intricate part of it. So let's say they came off telling you that they were really good at real estate. And here you are, you're trying to, diversify your portfolio. And this is just a benefit to this person being a good person. You know what I mean? Nice. And, who knows? Maybe the sex is good as well. But then after a while, when it's time to like finally sit down, do paperwork, start really taking them up on the shit that they've been talking about, come to find out, homeboy probably took a webinar or two, you know what I'm saying? But he really don't know what's going on, but he's got aspirations and dreams, or she has aspirations and dreams. Now you're like, why? Like, what are we doing here? Like that to me would be an automatic, like, yeah, nah, man. Like you played the long con. That's I'm out.
That's deceit. Like, I would fall on the automatic dismissal claims if the pretenses that I came in initially, was what were like foundation points for me.
Yeah.
Come to find out it's not. Yeah, that's automatic dismissal. All right.
That's
all right. One more question for you. How, like, hey, we've been in a relationship forever, right? But how often do you feel you need to remind your partner that, you're that person? Like, what I mean? If this shit goes south, you think you gonna find another one of me? Like, do you feel like do you think your person would be able to just move on with no issues? Like, oh, no, I leveled up, nigga. I don't need you in my life.
Nah. And so as far as reminding her that I'm that person, I mean, my wife will tell you, I love myself. So every day that I wake up and look in the mirror, you know what I'm saying? I feel admired, and I remind her of it every day, and she just rolls her eyes and walks away. But would there be issues in the beginning? I think because she's such a kind-hearted person in the beginning, yes. And, my wife has never come off as someone who is just going to be out in these streets. I think in the beginning, she would go through whatever process of just dealing with the change. But the same thing that, I love about her that keeps people away is the same thing that attracts them. She's just a kind-hearted, good person that naturally, you know what I mean? Anybody who's just been a friend or in the DMs now it's live. They say when a woman becomes single, it's like a scent go out into the community, and everybody just all of a sudden, like the spider senses start tingling, and dudes from like high school start texting, "Hey, how you been? It's been a minute." You know what I'm saying? So
facts.
It's crazy. So yeah, issues in the beginning, but then I'm sure she'll be fine, and then that's when I gotta get crazy. But we'll never get there.
We'll never get there, you know what I mean? You gotta put your crazy eye on every so often, like, fuck with me tonight. Oh, man, for sure. Yeah, man. Oh, man. What we got? Movies, entertainment, what we getting into?
Yes, man. All right, so we're moving on to TV show, movie, and music recommendations, man. Shout out to everybody for hanging in with us. First things first, man. Denzel Washington hit a milestone, y'all. Gladiator 2 is officially the highest grossing movie of Denzel Washington's legendary career. I'm hearing mixed reviews out there, but I can't wait to actually check it out. Yeah, man. Some people are saying that, granted, Denzel's in it, and of course he's always masterful, but the plot is lacking, and the battles really didn't live up to the luster of the first movie.
Oh man!
But people have reviews. You know what I'm saying? People are gonna have their ways that they look at things. I'm a real fan of Gladiator, so I'm gonna watch this regardless. And the fact that Denzel's in it,
2 for 2, right?
Like this is history right here. Yeah, man.
Yeah, facts. Okay. It's funny. I didn't get any real reviews yet, so to speak. So this kind of was the first review I got. But damn, I gotta see it for myself.
Yeah, definitely. And then this next show, man, it's on Netflix, The Madness. Coleman Domingo is phenomenal. This man has done so many great shows, and in this one, of course, we don't give away the plot on here, but he has a very, very roller coaster role in this episode, in this series, from episode 1 all the way through the end, and you really get to see what can go into someone's life if people really don't believe you, or you're just in a situation that really presents you as the person. And I think he's great because he actually, he also won a coveted Gotham Prize for Best Actor for his role in Sing Sing. And he's a heavy favorite to clean up in the Oscars as they approach. So he's just adding to his already impressive resume, man.
All right, I'll add that to the list of things to do. There was one show that you recommended. Me and the missus was able to finally see it. We caught up on it. I just want to say thank you. Do appreciate it, but we were able to finish Cross.
Right.
It was a really good show. I'm definitely ready to put "You Had Me a Motherfucker" on the shirt. You know what I'm saying? But that big eyed bitch, something was off, man. From episode 4, I was like, I don't know, man. It's the eyes, man.
Yo,
something off about this one, but that was a good one. I do appreciate that. It was a good show.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Also on Netflix, man, The Ultimatum is back with season 3, man. Episode 1 already looking spicy, man. There's one dude on there that looks high as hell all the time. There's another dude on there that he's giving me the Weekend vibes, and he's already getting very spicy with the partner that he came there with. And then there's another dude on there that he pretty much just went to the pool with his shirt off and all the ladies was all over him. So, he's probably going to have a good time. But man, it's back. I'll give Nick and Vanessa Lachey, it seems like they are taking a different approach to it this time and really opening up about their own relationship and a lot of the stuff that they've been through. I think and I hope they are actually listening to some of the reviews where a lot of the shows look very one-sided, where it's really just highlighting the female experience, which is perfectly fine if you want to if you don't want a level playing field when you're talking about relationships. But you can also tell Netflix upped the budget this season because they actually are providing the engagement rings for those couples who decide to actually get married. So this is going to be interesting. Yep.
Savings. Okay, not mad at that.
Yes, sir. And so I do have a random question for you and everybody still hanging with us, man. Which one do you think will come first? Black 007 or Black Batman?
007. Yeah, I definitely see it. I definitely do see us in a suit before that suit. That's too much black for Batman. There's no distinction. So black. Like, we know you're the Dark Knight, but nigga, you a dark. Like you gotta give us something, man. Wear a white shiesty or something.
He don't need no mask. Just put something over his eye.
Yeah, just do one of those. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga like the Riddler. But I would like to see a black 007 first.
All right.
Also, quick music news, real quick. As you know, Kendrick is still kicking hip hop's back end, but he has announced his tour coming up with SZA. It's called the Grand National Tour. I think it's kicking off. I want to say March or April, not too far after the Super Bowl. Fresh off this album that just came out, GNX. Man, the boys don't stop, yo. like Drake really opened up a can of worms with this situation that's he's like, there's more worms in this can. Yes, there are more worms in this can. But I did notice on the tour though, towards the end, I think one of the last 2 or 3 shows is in Toronto, and it's at a famed theater that Drake himself. It's at the biggest theater in Toronto that Drake himself has yet to perform at all either. So that's gonna be big. That's gonna be big. I would love to see that stop. But
they gotta screen that. They gotta screen that.
But between the lawsuits and all this other shit happening, it will be a stop not to be missed if you got time or some money to get there.
Just looking in the IG chat real quick. Chef Cheryl said black man. Tanya said, is he next? Let us know what you meant by that, Tanya. Tanya said in Vegas on her birthday. I'm assuming that means Kendrick's gonna be there for her birthday.
Yeah, Kendrick gonna be out there. That's what's up. He's gonna have SZA with him too. It's gonna be a show.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be a show.
Got something for everybody. I love it.
I've been singing Luther for no reason.
A lot of it for me, and I'm a happy man.
Man, listen.
All right, man. So moving over to FCP Sports Corner, man. I
got some news, man.
Man. Talk to me.
Listen, we have been fans of this man for 20 plus, man. Easy. He was crowned the king in high school, and the moniker kind of just stayed with him. But Mr. LeBron James. This might be the first time in his career where it looks like Father Time is like, he said, "Nigga, I let you live, bro." Like, you know what I mean? But these last few games, he's been a lot of bad shooting. I think he's currently missed like 33s in a row. Like it's like a bad slump he's in. Yeah, hey, basketball players go through slumps. You know what I'm saying? But when you're the oldest person in the league going through the slump, it's a little different for you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, is it time? Is Father Time? Is it time?
I mean, they keep paying him, man. They keep paying him. I think as long as they keep paying LeBron gonna keep showing up. It's tough because from what I remember, the whole purpose of bringing AD over there was to spell LeBron, so he could just sit back, be more of a facilitator. They were gonna put people around Bron, and that was really gonna be his job. But and some nights they're asking for him to be the LeBron of old, and he's nowhere near that right now.
That's not him no more.
Yeah, and I think there was a period where he was being the LeBron of old, and now that shit's catching up. But I don't think it'll ever be time for LeBron to hang it up until he just hangs it up. He's one of those. Just going back to the granny in the kitchen comment, right? He's one of those people. Ain't nobody walking LeBron out the arena. He's walking himself out. So right now, he's there, and the Lakers are gonna go through this with him, and that's just gonna be that. The one thing that was funny though, somebody did bring up how he was so elated to celebrate winning the NBA Cup last year, and then this year when he's asked about it when they're not in the running, he said he's not worried about the NBA Cup.
I bet, nigga. Oh, for 9 ass nigga from the field. I bet.
Yeah, man. But other than that, the NBA Cup, I believe we are down to the quarterfinals, as you can see here. Some interesting teams in this mix. If I had to pick a championship, I would say I really like OKC and I think the Bucks, man. I think OKC and the Bucks. If the Magics still had I'm drawing a blank on this guy on the Magic's name, but he's hurt right now. But if they had him, Paolo, if they still had him, they'd be all right. But I see the Bucks and OKC in the championship game.
If I have to pick a championship squad now, I think I want to see Dallas get there, actually. I know there's a direct correlation to OKC, but I think Dallas squeezes by. And fuck it, I'm going with the hometown favorite. I like to see Kyrie versus Brunson for the winter chip, as they call it.
Okay.
Yeah, I fuck with that. I can see that happening. I'm not mad at that.
No,
but outside of winning some money, there's no other perks of winning this. Like, isn't you're not guaranteed an 8th seed in the playoffs or nothing like that? And the bare min.
I'd have to check, man. I think it's still just cash.
Damn, like I just win against AC. If you're better than that, great. But in the event you go on a terrible slide from here on down, you're gonna get it in the NC, and everybody else got to play for 7 or better in your division. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, conference, but all right, we shall see. We shall see.
Man. And Tanya put it in the chat is Paolo Banchero. Yeah, that guy. He was going off to start the season until he got hurt. Man, that was crazy.
That's a fact.
But this next one, man. I kid you not. I was on the way to my mother-in-law's when this game was happening, and I'm watching the game, right? You know what I'm saying? I got my parlay set up, and I'm like, all right, they can get to 47. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they're right there. There's no reason why they can't kick a field goal and put this damn thing into overtime. Like, this is easy money. All of a sudden, Kenny, I see the parlay go from a couple seconds to game finished, and I'm like, the score didn't move. nothing made sense. There was a good amount of time on the clock for something reasonable to happen, and then it just went to finished. So now, once we get to the house, I'm looking at the whole thing. How the fuck you forget to call the timeout, bro?
I ain't gonna lie. When niggas say they got fired, I'm like, that's what the coach look like? Yeah, I never see this nigga. I never see this nigga. When they go, I'm like, that's his face. That's it. That's Matt. You know what I mean? But yeah. If clock management, time management, if you don't got a team around you when you're doing this thing called head coaching, it's rough, man. You can't have the number one pick of the quarterback of the future with you and just nobody's watching the fucking game clock, bro. Like it's like we need better, man. We need better. It's rough out there. It's rough.
Yeah, man. But I kid you not. The funny thing is, I remember telling my wife, that nigga gonna get fired by tomorrow. Like, it's gonna be one of them situations where they're like, we gonna mail you your shit. Don't even worry about coming back to the office. You're gonna get fired because this is the third game, I think, where they've been in the game and it's just some poor decision making towards the end. Just didn't work out, and I feel like they put Caleb Williams in the worst situations out there.
Yeah,
it's been bad. It's been bad.
Yeah, like and Caleb's good. Like he's a good QB. He's decent. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, it's a lot of other factors that you need in order to be a good quarterback. You need the offensive line. You need a good running game. You need receivers that catch the ball. You need time in the pocket. A lot of these things also have to come and take place, but he has a lot of those things with him. It's just it's a bad move here and there, like you were saying in the fourth quarter. It kind of swings not their way, and then they L's are L at the end. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, man, that's rough. That's rough, man. Stuff pack. Yeah, gotta pack your shit though, bro.
That's a fact. All right, brother. Anything else before we get up out of here?
No, it's December. You got your Christmas list ready? You ready? It's time, nigga. Nope, nah. Yeah, I'm gonna start my shopping on the 20th. You know how I do. But nah, man. Enjoy y'all weeks, man. Big episode coming soon. We'll get to that announcement next week when we see you guys and gals. But yeah, man. Let's finish this year strong, brother.
Yes, sir, man. Listen, true happiness, man. Just remember, true happiness is different for everybody, man. And the only thing I believe is really sustainable in this life is making sure that, you keep your focus straight and you keep God first. Everything else will work itself out. As I said last time, I think it's very important that we realize what happiness is for ourselves. I know everybody's looking at the end of the year, making those resolutions. But set some realistic goals for yourself, man. I think that's very important so you can achieve that true happiness and make it sustainable for you so you don't have to worry about nobody else keeping you happy.
Those are facts. Spoken wisely, my good man. Spoken wisely.
All right, y'all. Love y'all. Take care, baby. We'll see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
Wanted what's a black grand national? Fuck being rational, give them what they ask for. It's not enough. That is not enough. That is not enough.